It is over. Boxing is officially chopped, cooked. Virgil Ortiz's dad, former trainer, but dad, he's still on the team, has now come out and stated that Virgil Ortiz has had a long camp and now reveals that he might be injured after his successful win over Erickson Lubin. Conveniently, when the world wants to see his son fight Jaron Boots Ennis. So in this video, I'm going to get up in this. You see what I did? Jaron Boots Ennis. I'm about to get in this. Stay tuned. What up, Fight World? It's your boy Ego, and I'm back with some more boxing. The game officially chopped. Boxing, it is very hard at this point to really get excited for fights because a lot of it seems to be smoke and mirrors where, I mean, you could get excited, but you very well could be getting excited for no reason. And for me, I've been covering this sport far too long. I understand the politics. I understand boxing is dirty. I understand the game and how it works in the rigmarole. So I'm not getting excited. You'll have reports come out say Jake Paul's fighting Anthony Joshua. To me, that would be super dangerous for Jake Paul. Joshua, he lost by knockout his last fight, but that's to another lifelong boxer who's 6'4". Jake Paul is not 6'4", and he's not a lifelong boxer. So 6'6", Joshua, who could punch. You see what he did to Ngannou, someone who wasn't super experienced. It's a dangerous fight. But anyway, you'll see reports and they're like, oh, Jake Paul's fighting Anthony Joshua. And then I told you, I'm not getting hyped for that. Now it looks like there's doubts for the fight happening next or this year or whatever. Virgil Ortiz, Jaron Boots Ennis, put it in that same category where I like the face-off after the Lubin fight, but I told y'all not to get excited because politics could very well ruin it. Now, in the next minute, I'm going to let you hear what Virgil Ortiz, his pop, said regarding the condition of his son, right? And not too many people have talked about it, but leave it to your boy Ego. We're going to cover it. And so as to not confuse anything, I'm just going to roll the clip.
How soon or how much longer do you want Virgil to take a break and get back into the ring?
Well, we've had a long camp. Yeah. I've had a little boy, a baby boy in August, so we actually went in camp a month and something early. So it's been a long camp, and not only that, but we still got to check his hands because he still hurts his hands. So we got to check his hands still. We'll see how we'll go from there.
How soon or how much longer do you want Virgil to take a break and get back into the ring?
Well, we've had a long camp. Yeah. I've had a little boy, a baby boy in August, so we actually went in camp a month and something early. So it's been a long camp, and not only that, but we still got to check his hands because he still hurts his hands. So he still hurts his hands. So check his hands because he still hurts his hands. We got to check his hands because he still hurts his hands. We still got to check his hands because he still hurts his hands. We still got to check his hands because he still hurts his hands. We still got to check his hands because he still hurts his hands. So we got to check his hands still. We'll see how we'll go from there.
We got to check his hands because he still hurts his hands. Listen, I've been covering this beautiful sport 15 plus years, whatever it's been. I'm the best in the business, and it's not even close. And I don't offhand recall a fight where the fall from grace has been so rapid for these fighters, where you'll be a Devin Haney, right? Beat Regis Prograis, seemingly on top of the world, moved up in weight, looked in good shape at the new weight. Beat Regis Prograis, dropped him, so it looked like, oh, people are like, oh, Devin, he has his man strength now. He got new power up at the weight class. And then 6 months later, he fights Ryan Garcia. Pooh! That whole stock drops, right? Jaron Ennis, He was being flamed up. People were ridiculing him and criticizing him, calling him the duck. And then months later, now the tables have turned. Boots pulled up, and now the perception is that Virgil Ortiz's team is currently at fault. So these new fighters, that's why I said the game is chopped right now. We need an overhaul in boxing. These new Gen Z fighters are not, I repeat, not holding it down in that regard. They're not building like long-term brands. It reminds me of the music out right now. Like if you're Whitney Houston, Mariah Carey, heck, you could even say like Beyonce's, definitely Michael Jackson, right? You have a catalog of music where some of your songs are timeless. You could play that at a wedding. You could play that at a dance many, many years after it was recorded and released. Timeless music. Tupac Shakur. Timeless. It don't matter that we're entering 2026. You can still play Keep Your Head Up or Dear Mama, and it's going to connect with people, right? I see kids that weren't even probably alive when Michael Jackson died, and they're dancing to his music as he's on the TV screen. Timeless. That is what this new modern society lacks. There's a lot of people who put out like an album. You don't really know one real like quote from the album. You know what I mean? Like I could think of like older music and I could think of certain lines like Michael Jackson saying it's close to midnight. Everybody knows when I said that, Thriller, right? You automatically think that. But if I quote a singular line from Sabrina Carpenter, right? You guys wouldn't even know what the song is, and she's popular right now, right? Hold on, I'm going to do it right now. We're going to pull it up right now. I look at the sky. Hold on. I look at the sky and take a picture because it looks really pretty, right? And I look back at my phone and there's a little green thing in the sky. What song is that from? I guarantee you y'all don't know. What song is that from? See, again, you wouldn't even know. You wouldn't even know. But if I said, when I was young, me and my mama had beef, 17 years old, kicked out on the street. I hope you got the diamond necklace that I sent to you. I feel like y'all would know what song that was. And it translates across the board, even with boxers, where you got people like Virgil Ortiz, and it looks like they're putting up a ton of excuses, roadblocks, obstacles, and they're talking like they had a Canelo, Floyd Mayweather type of career where they could call the shots. Like Oscar, the Boots fight is, everyone wants to see it, right? Oscar talking about, oh, Virgil has to have favorable negotiations because he's the A side, right? And he has to have preferential treatment, this, that, and the third. And it's like, bro, who is Virgil Ortiz? Like, I like the way he fights. But I'm saying in the grand scheme of things, you're making it like Boots is down here and Virgil's like way up here. Like he Julio Cesar Chavez Sr. or he did all this stuff. Now you got the Pops who's out here and he's like, we had a long camp. I just had a baby. So we started camp a month early. We got to check his hands. This don't sound like confidence to me, bro. Anytime in boxing where the pressure is on you to fight somebody who happens to be what the fans want in a super dangerous fight, and then a team keeps hurling out multiple different like excuses or reasons why the fight might not happen, I really feel like that's not a good look. For example, so far, it's been a week since the Lubin win, and then the Jerron Boots talk and the confrontation of face-to-face happened, right? Since that point, we've heard Oscar said we have to get the best of negotiations. We've heard Virgil's pops before the fight say that Virgil, he can fight whoever he wants. Virgil Ortiz said this too. Virgil Ortiz said, I could do whatever I want. I could fight what I want. I've earned it, blah, blah, blah. Then you have the pops before the fight. He also stated that Boots needs to work himself up the ladder. He's done nothing at 54. He needs to, climb the ladder and get notoriety, become a champion, all these types of things, right? Now you got an interview that leaked with Virgil Ortiz's dad saying that we had a long camp. I had a baby. We got to check his hands to make sure his hand's good. Virgil also talked about fighting Errol Spence, who nobody in 2025 has really asked for him to fight. Bro, this looks significantly worse for Virgil Ortiz right now. I do not care what any of y'all are talking about. Just like Virgil Ortiz said he don't care. He wants to fight Errol Spence, and that's his dream fight. Yeah, the same energy. I don't care. You look bad. Period. The world is asking you to fight Jaron Boots Ennis. He looks like him and Eddie Hearn. They look like they're pushing for the fight right now. They've done the move up, so that's already set in stone. And all we're really hearing from Team Ortiz is a bunch of excuses. The dad having a baby, what does that got to do with anything, bro? Like, you're not the one fighting. I'm sure Virgil and y'all have made some good money. You can get a babysitter or a family member to watch your kid. Like, what are we talking about? Like, so just the fact that Virgil's side keeps throwing out like endless amounts of like things that could detract. Oh, we need Rick Marinigan or whatever. He's like, we need 7 zeros attached or we not even looking at it. So now we got to check Virgil Ortiz's hands. He might have an injury. Virgil's saying he wants Errol Spence. The manager is saying that it has to be a $10 million offer or they're not even going to entertain or look at the offer. Oscar's over here talking about, oh, we got to have all the A-side leverage in negotiations. The dad and Virgil are like, we do what we want. Virgil Ortiz has earned his spot and da-da-da-da, making it like he's some significant A-side, that he's done all this stuff and, Boots is just some journeyman. I mean, it looks foolish, bro. $10 million, I don't know. I don't know what type of money you'll get. Neither one of you guys are like superstars. Neither one of you have headlined your own pay-per-view. What are we really talking about, right? And that's the problem with today's game. People aren't making timeless music, and they're acting like they are Floyd Mayweather. Like they just did so much where they can command, oh, I'm not taking that unless I get $20 million. Have you ever even come close to making $20 million in a fight? You're like, oh, I don't look at the offer unless it got 7 O's attached. Have you ever had a fight where you came close to being over $10 million for a fight? You fought a couple fights ago, Thomas Delorme, and a dude that had an aneurysm. What are we talking about, bro? If you were that big, you should be pay-per-view main event. When Mayweather Promotions at the time, Leonard Ellerbe, PBC, they knew Tank was like too big for regular TV at that point. They had done an amazing job branding him. Guess what? He made the conversion and went to pay-per-view, right? So that's usually the progression for a fighter once you achieve a certain level of success. Like if you're an actor and you're doing bit roles and extras and cameos, and then people really like you and you become a bona fide star, like Tom Cruise. Tom Cruise back in the day was in movies like The Outsiders, where he wasn't inherently the main character. Then he started doing his own like Risky Business and Top Gun and blowing up. Now Tom Cruise is a bona fide blockbuster guy in Hollywood. So you start putting him as the main character, like World of Worlds, The Last Samurai, Days of Thunder, Interview with the Vampire, right? Now Tom Cruise is in his own because he's now too big to just be like bit roles. Now, occasionally, maybe he does like a Tropic Thunder or something where he might not be the main character, but he's cool with Ben Stiller, so that was like a favorite in the movie. It's hilarious also. So it is what it is. But again, now this new generation, you got guys talking like they're so accomplished and they did so much. Now we're hearing about Virgil Ortiz's hand. Why so many obstacles before we even get to negotiations if they really want to fight Boots? We have to check his hands. I mean, wouldn't that be pretty much standard after every fight? So why do you even need to say that? Like, of course you need to check to make sure somebody is like healthy enough to proceed. But why are we also hearing about, we had a long camp, I had a baby, we got to check his hands? But Virgil Ortiz wasn't saying none of this when he was calling out Errol Spence. He was like, that's my dream fight. I don't care who says what. That's what I want. And I don't really care what y'all talking about. Right? Period. He didn't say, I want to fight Errol Spence, but I got to go to the doctor. Let me check my hands. He didn't say that. So why is this coming up now when people keep pressuring you about Boots? Very bad look. I said what I said, and y'all just gonna deal with it. I promise you. Subscribe. Live streaming can be tough, which is why I use StreamYard. Click the link in the description for StreamYard, which is an awesome tool that enables you to set up your stream with ease of use. Get great results with live streaming. It's what I use. Stream to social media with ease with StreamYard. Live streaming is here to stay. Engage with your audience using StreamYard. Great way to reach out to your audience and connect. So you need a tool that can do that. If you're new to YouTube and you're struggling to get views, one tool I can provide to you is TubeBuddy. I've been on YouTube over 10 years. I use TubeBuddy daily to crank out videos just like this one that you're watching. Learn how the pros do it with TubeBuddy. YouTube receives a lot of traffic, which also means a lot of creators, a lot of people putting out content. So you need to learn the ropes so you know how to separate yourself, especially if you're new. But even if you're a pro, use TubeBuddy. The link is in the description. Get more views, more subscribers, and a higher click-through rate, so ultimately you can realize all of your online goals. Use my affiliate link in the description and grow your channel fast.